Disabilityland. It was a book about people with disabilities, the stories they have and how they live, and how people treat them with italics when they live and go up throughout the world. I thought it was an interesting place to bring this up, is technology with disability. And as we are sensing, human, moving, processing beings, and we use our muscles to stand up here and talk to strangers. We use our skin to feel how like sleeping on the Microsoft floor is like. But when you have a disability, you have a limited sense of the world sometimes, a limited access to the world, and you can still keep your identity with technology. And I think this is the key part of what we're doing in this next few years of where we go. Zach Anner is currently the mayor of Austin, Texas. He is not really the mayor on Foursquare. He is the mayor because he won Oprah's Your Own Show contest. He submitted a travel show. He has such a large personality on YouTube that the community of Dig and Reddit pretty much hijacked Oprah's voting station. If you have a disability, you can be re-equipped with occupational therapists, and basically they'll give you access to the world that you might be lacking. The personal computer is the one that really helped change how people with disabilities access the world around them. Having access to a computer, let them, instead of saying, I can't do this, you can kind of say, what can I do next? And once you have a computer, you're there. You have the social place, you have the learning place, you have the playing place, and you have the ability to communicate if you can't communicate, which is one of the key parts of technology. I think the most important part of technology I think we have is the ability to communicate. Stephen Hawking has a posse, and he also has a computer-synthesized voice which helps him explain physics to us and make us all feel like we don't know anything about physics. This was made by a friend. This is his actual Twitter profile image. Last year, film critic Roger Ebert had thyroid cancer and he had surgery. He lost his ability to speak. He chose his computer voice by how well he could tell the joke, the timing, the accuracy. It's kind of amazing. You don't need your voice, though. You can communicate with the world with your eyes. There's a project called iWriter by the Graffiti Research Lab. And Attempt 1, a graffiti artist in Los Angeles, has ALS. He now uses his eyes to project laser-projected graffiti on buildings around LA. Wow. I worked on a project a few years ago with some friends. We call it Ramps Wheelchair DJ. The idea that if you have, you like to rap to your nurses and you really want to express yourself, you can use your wheels. Left wheel fades, right wheel scratches. We had some students at ITP do a KINECT project, not for motion tracking for games, but for a communication device. There's a gentleman who would write in the air with the palm alphabet, and so we're using the KINECT to basically find the way that you can continue using the palm alphabet to talk. One of my favorite projects was with this gentleman, Steven. He has muscular dystrophy. He wanted to play the PS3. He uses a head mouse, so he moves his head, the computer tracks his head motion, and that's how he accesses the computer. He had no access to the PS3, so we used an Arduino and some processing. The interesting thing, when we were working on the project, he would email me and said, oh, I changed some code, and I made this update. Do you think it'll work? I'm like, wait, you changed the code? I didn't think you changed code. But that's the next step. We're going to make DIY ability with these off-the-shelf technologies. The Arduino, the KINECT, this is a really pretty game. The iPhone, all have really nice open software APIs, and hardware APIs are coming as well. And this is the technology that we can use to reinvent assistive technology. And this is probably my favorite area that's coming up. Hardware APIs are going to become more important than software APIs. Basically because software APIs already exist, everyone understands them, but as more and more hardware companies realize that they can open up their hardware to developers and to people with disabilities, the world will change. So, Rushkoff has a book called Programmer Be Programmed. Yep. The idea, though, for a person with a disability to learn to program to make their own assistive technology is probably by far what they should be teaching at schools for people with disabilities. And if it was part of the therapy session, when you came to get therapy, you learned how to use a computer, you learned how to program a computer, you learned how to do electronics, the world will be an amazing place. And with that, you can create your own identity, you can make your identity stronger and last throughout the world. This is Aaron Fotherman. He does the wheelchair backflip. Look him up on YouTube. And he is definitely holding on to his mayorship of Las Vegas. And there you are. You become the mayor of Disabilityland by just keeping assistive technology supporting your identity. Thank you.